Get further ahead in your business 10 times faster. That sounds good, right? I know that there have been times in my business I have just wanted to be so much further ahead than I was. And it's something that I hear from many of the students in my business mentorship as well. It's like, oh, but I'm not far enough ahead, and they're comparing themselves and looking at everybody else. I think it's pretty natural, but it doesn't feel great. So you don't want to be in your business, not enjoying it and feeling like you're failing because you're not far enough ahead. I'm Lydia Kimmerling. I'm a master life coach, a business mentor. Welcome. If you're new here, I help women in business, especially service-based businesses like coaches, nutritionists, personal trainers, scale to 6 figures with 30 leads in 30 days, but without the hustle, without the striving, without the pressure. So welcome. In this video, I want to talk to you about that fear, the fear of not being far enough ahead, actually how to get ahead 10 times faster with 3 specific steps. Look, I'll be honest with you, I was the queen of the shortcut. Like, I loved to take a shortcut. I wanted everything faster, and it was really important to me that it was like I was the youngest to get to a certain point. I left home when I was 16. I started working in television when I was 17. I was an assistant producer by the time I was 20, 21. I had a restaurant in Panama shortly after that until I was around 23, 24. I changed my career probably 8 times before I was 27. 26, 27, I trained as a coach. So it was like I just wanted to jump ahead with everything and shortcut everything. And as soon as I wasn't happy in something, I would just change it. Now, that's not a bad thing. That wasn't a bad thing, but I certainly could have enjoyed what I was doing much more, and I could have probably learned a lot more and deeply humbled myself during that time if I hadn't wanted to get ahead so quickly. So when my clients, my students talk to me about not feeling far enough ahead, I can really relate to it, and I've experienced it in my own business as well. But I think we have to start with asking ourselves, why do we want everything so fast? Why do we feel like we need to rush everything? Why does it matter so much? Because as I unpack it with my students, most of them are coaches, personal trainers, nutritionists, actually they're quite happy with going at a slightly slower pace. That the desire to be further ahead isn't true to the experience that they want right now. It's much more about what other people will think. What will people think if I haven't accomplished this? What will people think if I haven't got to this point? And when you're worrying about what everybody else is thinking, when you're putting your attention outside of yourself on the whole world and what the internet is saying, you actually end up moving slower. But here's the truth, that every successful entrepreneur, every business owner learns eventually. And that is, there is a specific timeline to building anything that is meaningful. And when you try to jump that timeline, you're going to miss out on valuable experience that will create sustainable, steady success in the future. You cannot delete the early stages of your business. Speak to anyone, speak to any millionaire, and they're going to tell you that everything they learnt in the beginning, all of the challenges, all of the times where it felt like it was just painfully slow and they could see everyone else around them moving more quickly, were exactly the times and the moments where the gold was. It was those challenges that gave them the lived experience, the wisdom to succeed. You don't want to skip over the time where you are growing and developing wisdom. Wisdom are your roots that go into the soil and keep you grounded and keep you firm and keep you on a stable foundation in your business for the long run. There's a metaphor that I share with my students, which I think you'll understand and is going to help you understand why you need to slow down in your business, first of all. So having a business quite often feels like having a baby. When your business is incubating, you've got all the creative ideas and you're really excited and you're about to bring something really great into the world. Like, that bit's great, right? You're doing the creative bits. I've done my logo, my website. Then you birth it, you bring it into reality. It's real. You're trying to get clients. You've got clients. Now it requires 24/7 attention. It needs your focus and your attention all of the time. Imagine what kind of parent you're going to be when that baby's 5 if you just skipped all of that and jumped to 5. You won't know your baby. You won't know your child. You won't know the intricate details of everything, how it's evolved, how it's got to 5. You will not be a good parent or as good a parent at that age if you skipped all of that out. So the early stages of your business are where you're learning to parent it, where you're learning all of its needs, where you're learning when and how you can start to step away. So no parent wants to be in that dynamic where all they're thinking about is, I can't wait till I'm at this age or that age. You know that you don't want to wish it away. It's the same in your business. Deep down, if you start telling your business that you don't want to be with it at this stage, you're kind of being an absent parent. You're not really in it, really nurturing it and really loving it. Now, how does this all apply to actually moving faster? I'm going to share 3 steps with you that now you've understood why kind of slowing down and being in your business is important, how you can actually use that to accelerate faster. Progress feels slow at the beginning. I don't know if you've ever been on a fitness journey or anything that has been a goal that feels far away. When you first get into it, momentum is slow. It kind of feels like progress is doing that. But the compound effect is that as you continue to show up, you continue to put effort in and you continue to do the things in your business that work, eventually the progress is going to speed up. But you can't ignore this bit. So step 1, you need to just stop comparing yourself to other people's timelines, right? You wouldn't be a parent looking at somebody else's child, wondering why your child who's 1 isn't behaving like their child who's 5. You wouldn't do that. So stop wondering why your business isn't behaving like a business that's been in business for 5 to 10 years or beyond. Step 2 is just fall in love with exactly where you're at. That's going to make you much more present. And when we're present, time starts to move more quickly. Don't know if you've ever been on a long train journey or something like that. If you want to get there quicker, maybe you need the toilet or something. Oh my goodness, you really need to go to the toilet and you're wanting that journey to go faster and faster, but it won't because you're thinking about the end when you can get off. Or the time where you just lose yourself looking out of the window, enjoying the scenery, and you're just really present with it. It goes much more quickly. It's the same in your business. Don't be desperate to get out of it. Be in the moment. Fall in love with exactly where you are, and it's going to start moving faster. Okay, step 3 is focus on just a few actions that really, really, really do move the needle. Quite often at the beginning, when you don't feel like you're far enough ahead, you try and do all the things. This is what I see a lot of the time with people who come into my mentorship. We're scaling them from maybe 3K months to 10K months to have a 6-figure business, that they are still doing too much stuff that actually isn't moving the business forward. So I say we just want to move the needle ever so slightly towards higher income and more clients, and that usually involves at the beginning simplifying, clarifying, because clarity leads to consistency. So the more clear you are about who you serve, what your offer is, what your positioning, what your messaging is, then the more consistency, the more consistent clients you're going to get. And finally, you might not want to hear this bit, you probably know it, right? You're not going to move to a place in your business that you're not ready to sustain or to hold. It wouldn't make sense. You don't want to get that big break. You don't want to have huge exposure when you're not ready to hold it and your business isn't ready to hold it. In fact, in my business, when I hit my first $250,000, I wasn't ready. And you know what? The reason why I got there was because I had rushed everything. I'd been the shortcut queen. I was probably a little bit manic, trying to just make it all happen faster. And I didn't have the systems in place. I didn't have the team in place. So what was coming into the business, I didn't have the capacity, and my business didn't have the capacity to hold it. And at the same time, a few months later, I actually didn't have enough money to pay my rent. So what I'm sharing with you today is lived experience. This is going to help you collapse time. That if you focus on where you are right now, you really enjoy what you're learning here, become a master at this stage, and that progress eventually will suddenly pick up, move quickly, and you will be ready for it when it comes. I couldn't pay my rent, and the reason for that is because I'd become so busy too quickly and I didn't have the systems in place. I was needing to use money to fight fires. When there were problems, I was just using money. And not only that, because I'd become so busy without the infrastructure to support myself, I was using money to make myself feel good. It came to me too quickly. I wasn't ready to steward it, to take care of it, and I created more problems which required more money. So have you ever felt behind in your business, in your life? What's helped you to trust your own timeline? Is there something from today that you're going to take away? Don't leave without saying hi, without letting me know below. I'd love to hear from you. If you want to find out more about my mentorship, how I help you scale to 6 figures, but without that pressure, without the hustle, you can comment below or jump over to Instagram. Say hi to me there. My handle is @Lydia Kimmerling.